So this is my first recording uh since I did my summoning yesterday. And if you watch that, you know I'm extremely happy with how that went, like more than any other summoning session. Okita literally said, "Oh, you think Charlemagne is that good? Well, how about you actually use me and then you say that shit." And then Charlotte and Anastasia were like, you can't have master alter yourself, because of course it's Anastasia and it's Charlotte and Okita. Those three specifically aren't stalkers, but they want senpai to notice them. So let's talk about Anastasia. She is a single target archer, and I hark on single target archers all the time simply because most of them don't have MP buffs. Their damage isn't that high, and then you have to compare to the specialty saber killers, aka let's see, yeah, I gotta remember all of them off the MHX, MHXA, and MH XX, and there's probably some more. All of these units output way more damage than Anastasia or any of these single target archers can do in a single MP. But their advantage is that they're archers, so they take less damage. Like don't get me wrong, I think MHXA is probably like the biggest like saber killer like out there. Like she will kill them, but if they're not dead, they can't die. Okay, that was a stupid fate joke. I don't even think I did it right. But Anastasia has something that I believe only 2 other people in her competition actually have. I need to double check Archer Artoria's buff, and sorry for that I completely missed this rate up. I'm very far behind. But yeah, she has something that her competition doesn't have, and that those saber killers I mentioned, none of them have it. One has a battery, but not like Anastasia. The only art off the top of my head, well, Sith too. Off the top of my head, it's 3 other archers. Sith, and she technically has 60. Tristan, he has 50, and Moriarty 50. Anastasia is the only arts one, which is where her strength comes. He gets to start really quickly, and she has arts to fall back on. The other Moriarty, he needs Vitch. Tristan, both of them, they would like Scotty, but Sith is different in her role. She's not really the blitz. She can do the blitzes, but her best role is like she can anchor really well. Sith is just like more than just single target nuker. Let's get started. Ooh. A little later, but oh well. I wanted to start stream just early today, and that's not happening. So 9.5k attack, very healthy for any 4-star. Like if they're in this range, they're pretty much at the midpoint. It's not 10k, but most 4-stars aren't touching that. And if you want 10k, Grail. HP, it's low, but not. No, that is pretty low. But again, she has arts, the best card type for survivability, because you can make, like, you have supports that spam cooldowns down and also reduce charge while doing that, while having like other supports that provide so much defense you don't even need to worry about like survivability in your kit. Star weight, star gen, normal archer numbers, 0.57% MP charge. This can be a pain point. If you do not crit on this, on like these cards, you are going to feel it. Luckily, again, she's arts. There are plenty of ways for her to get back besides just MP solely. But this is definitely not exactly what you want. Let's just say that. Hit counts are average across the board. These quick arts aren't genning too many stars. They'll gen some, just not a whole lot. Arts, again, like as if you're above 3 hits, you're sitting pretty good. Even at 0.57, like this is good. And she's an archer. She's supposed to be critting on it, so that's why her gains are a little more weighted on that. Like if you compare it to like Zenobia, no wait, Zenobia would have better. I'm bringing up Zenobia because I'm waiting for the server to come out like in 2 months. Their gain is better, I would say. I would say Zenobia's face card game should be a lot better than Anastasia's, but I think that's more because I can guarantee the crit on Zenobia, and like Anastasia, it's just harder. All right, let's get actually started with Kit. 30% arts with her battery. This is good and bad. It pretty much means this is what you have to start with. Otherwise, you getting back to the next MP might be a challenge. And if you don't pop this, your first MP is not going to do much damage. Isn't going to do as much damage. Sorry. So if you are able to break bar, you can delay popping this. But if you want to start from like 0 with Black Rail and guarantee you break bar, you're probably gonna want like to just pop this off the rip. It sucks you're using the 50, but hey, now you have the Castoria batteries in reserve. And if you get mana loading, all you have to do is pop the 20 MP gain batteries, and you have the 30s for later. If you need a combined 60, you have it, and that combined 60 is going to be more than it's a whole lot more versatile than a 50. So really, this is just a skill you have to play around with, see how you feel using it. There isn't a be-all end-all right answer to this. It's always going to depend on the situation because of how this skill is outlined. If these were 2 separate skills, much easier. Obviously, you're popping the arts buff first, and you pop the battery when you need it, but can't always get what we want. Second skill, invul for 1 turn, buff removal resistance for 1 turn, and gain crit stars. On a DPS, to have this is awesome because when you need this, you need it. If you don't have this when you need this, you are screwed and your run is going to get fucked so hard. Like, especially if it happens on turn 1, like you pop all your buffs. Second, the enemy's bar is broken. All buffs are gone. And the only way you would have been able to break that bar was by popping all those skills. Now you have to stall trying to get skills back, or your entire team is about to get wiped. Having this and an invul means they cannot take the invul away. That means your Anastasia is safe. I'm pretty sure this doesn't mean that ignore invul doesn't work on you. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. Like, if you have pierce invul, you pierce invul. It doesn't matter if you have buff removal resistance because you're not removing it. Yeah, also 20 stars. Very nice. She gets the stars when she needs it. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. Third skill, ignores evasion for 3 turns. Nice, is standard for archers. All of them like to hit people while they're dodging, except Ku, because lol. Star weight for arts cards, amazing. That is something I do want to say about Zenobia, and that when you want the arts card to crit, sometimes your other cards are getting the stars. Specifically arts crit, especially because her wait, am I doing the math on this wrong? No, it's because Zenobia's crits just feel better than Anastasia. This is definitely going to be a feel thing because I haven't used Anastasia nearly as much as Zenobia. I am so heavily biased, and here I am comparing an AoE arts crit to a single target arts crit. Like, whether they're still arts crits, but like barely different at how you use them. Crit damage 30%, MP damage 20% on a 4-turn cooldown. This has such high uptime. If you run her with Tamamo, you basically have 100% uptime. Period. Like, your arts cards are always going to be critting, which is really, really nice. It's very, very nice if for an art servant, they're always critting on their arts cards, because that means they can spam their MP more. And you can spam your MP more. All right, passive skills, crit damage and star gen with independent action with V. And then the other skill, fake contract, debuff resistance up 9.5% and debuff success rate 9.5%. You will notice she has no debuffs in her skills. Is that going to change with her MP? Pen skill, 20% extra attack. I would say a pen just because it works with Castoria. If you get this, all you need is the 30% attack, and then Anastasia is MPing, and then you can use those batteries if you so require on your Castorias or your other DPS. It really depends. And I say that from a 90 plus or 90 plus standpoint, not a challenge quest, by the way. For 90 plus, this is like, yeah, get this. It will make your life so much easier. More battery for who needs it. You can get this, but it's more if Anastasia is single target, like is in a challenge quest and she needs to be doing her extra attack. It wouldn't be bad, but it wouldn't be that good either. It's 5 hit and nothing is that bad besides this being archer number, but other than that, it should refund fairly well. It's just not going to be like super amazing, like when Jack does an extra attack and Jen's like 30, 40 stars, along with refunding half her MP. And MP. 3-hit single target skill seal and reduces arts res down for 1 turn, 20% base, goes down. So both of her debuffs are on her MP. If this lands, you get better refund, which is why her arts buff is 3 turns and why they put them together. Yeah, she's going to technically get this if it lands. If it doesn't, you lose out on a lot of damage. But overall, if you don't land this, it's not the hugest deal. And landing this skill seal, it's either going to be a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on your units. If you have full invul for a turn, yeah, no, this is going to be, yeah, if your entire team is invuled for the entire turn, you're good. That is free gauge. If you only have Castoria, Solemn Defense protecting you, this skill seal is going to be annoying because it's going to rip off stacks that probably didn't need to. And if they were popping the skills, you'd have them for longer. Especially in an AoE boss, this probably would get you killed. But also, that giant snake fucker that removes all your buffs, yeah, as long as it's not a Lancer, Anastasia kind of just fucks it over. It can't pull that shit. That's all I'm saying. All right. Ascension mats. I'm stuck here. I'll change that later, possibly today. Skills, nothing bad. These are fair. Like, this might be a lot if you didn't. No, actually, yeah, this is gonna be the pain point. If you do not have bitch leveled past this point, yeah, don't give Anastasia these. Don't do it. You're gonna need them for bitch more. Append, again, these aren't her append mats aren't the worst. Like, they're really not that bad to like actually get. You could probably do it in, like, I don't want to say a week, but 2 weeks like just using your natural AP to like farm some of the stuff if you don't already have it. Like we're in the we're not lotto, but we're in summer 6. You're gonna get some of these mats anyway. Bonsi arts up 10% and party crit damage up 15%. Ooh, okay. So the fact that she has a 50% battery puts her in a different bracket than some of her other competition. That 50 is going to help out immensely when a 90++ comes up that you need someone like her. And as JP is showing, they are not afraid of like making weirder nodes now that we actually have the tools to be able to do like 90+ like this. Because the whole issue, I think that JP was like or FGO was so married to 333 for forever was because that's how the farming nodes work. All the like if you tried to put in another DPS with Scotty setups, it wouldn't work. It literally wouldn't work, and you'd be screwing yourself over. You'd have to like bring someone that was so overpoweringly powerful, I know, mouthful, that they didn't need buffs. They could just nuke. And my JP account has this problem. It has almost no single target DPSs. None, because of the year I started playing it. If you go besides a very few, I have very few single target compared to AoE. And it's because of how this year turned out. There were a ton of single target of AoE servants that either got buffs or were already good that came out on rate up. Not so much single target. There was a huge, and it wasn't even a meme, it was a actual thing where they did not put out a single target servant for 5-star for well over a year. Don't look down on your 4-stars. Because my 4-star single target DPSs are far better than my 5-stars, with the exception of Super Bunyan, who I hate that I have as high as I do. Just because Anastasia isn't a 5-star doesn't mean she's not good. Because trust me, this one, I'm not saying she's the best single target archer. Squirtoria definitely would have something to say about that, but she's very modern. She fits what most newer players are used to, and that's the thing. She will feel more comfortable than older servants. All right, time for me to start streaming. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.